I got another video for y'all. This Love is Blind, season 8, episode 5. Let's get into it. So, Dave bigs up on why he likes Molly, and Lauren was like, why do you and her see eye to eye, but me and you don't? And then he was like, I don't know where you stand with your other connections. Nigga, that shouldn't even matter. Do you like her or not? That's like you niggas today, bruh. Nothing more pisses me off than you niggas today being like, oh my, and yes, y'all, all of the past fucking videos that since I started on episode 1, these are all being taped and recorded in the same day. So I'm still ranting, bitch nigga, I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed from the last video. Matter of fact, while you asking, fuck nigga. But there's nothing more I hate than you niggas doing that shit. Is when you talk to a female being like, oh, well, I want to be her only nigga. Okay, and I want $1 million. But we know, that's not just going to happen because you want it. All these hoes is talking to multiple niggas. Regardless of if they tell you or not. Do you know what their DMs look like, bruh? Like, to the niggas that have a homegirl, even your homegirl, and your homegirl could look like a fucking tomboy. She could look like a goddamn dyke. She could have no body, no ass, or she could have the body and no face, or she couldn't have none of that shit. And the DM is still full of niggas because niggas is thirsty. And niggas is easy. Granted, she not gonna give all them niggas a chance, but she gonna want some attention here and there. So she gonna maybe shoot a little text back to this nigga. Maybe tell that nigga to cash app her. So there's always gonna be other niggas in the picture. And I hate when y'all do that shit, especially when y'all start just now talking to a female, because it's like, nigga, you just got to the team and you trying to be a star player. Nigga, work your way up the bench. Only the star player gets to call for the ball that much and say, oh no, nobody else is touching this motherfucker. Only the star player is going to take 20, 30, maybe even 40 shots a game. Nigga, that's not you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you're the 13th man, nigga. You just got bumped up. She just replied to the DM, nigga. You just moved up. You just moved up from the G League. You was in the request. You was trying to get a 10-day like the rest of us. Now they over here talking about, I don't know about your other connections. Nigga, it shouldn't even matter. As a man, y'all niggas gotta stop doing that, bruh. Stop asking about the next nigga and just be so unfuckwittable that she not worried about what the other nigga doing. She worried about you. She gonna pick you in the end. She still feeling it out. She still don't know. So Lauren ends up telling Dave, like, he's the reason she's here. So Dave clears the air because I don't remember. He says that he never said that Molly was his number one. Ooh. He said he would never tell Molly that. He would never tell Molly that, knowing about how he feels about Lauren. So Britt and Devin decide mutually that they are better off as friends. And I love that. I love that we both mutually made something out of this. Neither one of our brothers or sisters got embarrassed or disrespected. Very mature, like it. And very demure, very mature, very demure. You know what I'm saying? Sarah says to Ben that she needs to have some reassurance about social issues. And he was like, you don't have to motivate me to care about those things because we see eye to eye on them. Do you? Question mark? Because she said you got to speak out and you say you don't get involved. Those are not the same thing. And then not only that, she just told you yesterday and now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we're seeing eye to eye. Like, we're all good. Like, shit that I haven't cared about all my life. Shit that I haven't cared about and or got involved in all my life. Magically now, I'm diving in head first. But anyway, he proposes and she says yes. So congrats, kumbaya, I wish them the best. Dave says to Molly that, he has to see things through with Lauren. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. Imagine having to go and tell people that you... Like, imagine having to go and tell people who you just told you were his number one and he was going to break up with the other girl that the nigga ended up breaking up with you. The nigga didn't choose you after you said that the nigga was finna choose. But, hey, he was like, oh, the emotional is more so there with Lauren than it is with you. But my thing is, like, whether or not he said the whole number one thing, why would you go back and say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because things can change over time. So maybe at some point, maybe she was his number one. Who's to say? But it's like a lot of the time, you know, until we leave this motherfucker, that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Until he proposes to either me or her, it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we going to sit up here and tell people off rip and out the gate, like, oh, you're my number one? Or why are we going to put so much weight on that and it really don't mean shit until somebody puts a rock on somebody's finger? Dave ends up proposing to Lauren after he does that. So congrats, kumbaya, wish him the best. But that is back to the whole Molly shit. It's like, that's why you don't go around being like, oh yeah, like, you just don't go around bragging on people, and you really don't go around bragging on these niggas because they will embarrass you, and don't go around bragging on these bitches neither, because yeah, don't just I know I said people at first, but then I was like, man, these niggas don't embarrass you. But then I thought about it, I was like, nigga, these hoes is trifling too. Madison tells Mason that she was able to get there faster with somebody else, and this isn't their story. So when Madison goes back to the girl, she tells them like her boss bitch shit she said to Mason, and was like, oh, I told him, since you didn't make a choice, like, you might leave here with nothing. Like, girl, you don't have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look what you lost. You know what I'm saying? He'll eventually see what he lost. But she flat out asked Meg, like, was she going to leave him after all this? And then the rest of the girl was like, oh, you got to really think about it and hear him out. Then Madison was like, yeah, think about it. Oh, God. I'm like, okay, so you came in here with your independent woman boss bitch rhetoric and thought like, oh, now that means that I'm going to break shit off with a nigga just because you did and just because you left him. Like, that ain't how things go. Like, I'm going to still hear what this nigga got to say. I'm going to still think about it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when she went in the pod, when Meg went in the pod with Mason, she was like, how do I know you're choosing me because I was your first option and not because Madison chose Alex? Then he was like, oh, Meg, you've always been my number one. Then they hit the dramatic ass music like all the heroes just died in Endgame or some shit like that. Which I'm like assuming he didn't say that. Y'all, I don't be remembering. There's too many fucking people. Motherfuckers is going around telling everybody they number one. I'm not. How y'all expect me to keep up with all this shit? Oh, well, he said he said she was his number one. Wait, she didn't say it. He said later on that it sounded like he said it, but really what he said was bound chicka wow wow. Nigga, I don't know what's going on. I can barely keep up my damn self, y'all. So, hey, that is what it is. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, catch your friends.